questions for Richwood Correctional Center over policies and practices.
A former corrections officer reaching out to us saying he is worried about the safety and welfare of inmates. NBC 10's Randy Ayala lays out those concerns for us. Randy?
Gordon, Natasha, John Roberts says he worked at the privately owned prison for a month before being fired. During that time, he documented everything he saw, wanting to bring permanent change to the facility. He says now the only way he can do that is to speak out.
I was taught how to hate them.
John Roberts says that was one of the first lessons he learned while training to become a corrections officer at Richwood Correctional Center.
I was taught that if I can have a pocket knife just in case something go down.
He says those words came straight from superiors. The former prison guard kept records of all the abuse he says he witnessed, carried out by other guards.
Beating him. He had pulled his legs up over his back, using corporal punishment to try to get something out of him, and which is against the rules.
He tells me the abuse wasn't just physical.
2 to 4 weeks. I didn't see inmates in there longer than that without a shower. An inmate had a seizure. Lieutenant told me he was staking it.
And he says they packed inmates in cells like sardines.
Inmates on the side of the bed, by the toilet bowl.
But he says the straw that broke the camel's back, forcing him to speak up, was an inmate running to him in fear.
He told me that he felt like he was going to be raped. I told the lieutenant told me to put him back into the dorm he came out of.
I reached out to Warden Ray Hansen here at Richwood Correctional. He told me he couldn't comment on John's claims, but referred me to their attorney, who unfortunately is out of the office until Monday.
Robert says he knew the job would be tough, but wanted to help the inmates when no one else would.
These prisoners are not protected at all. They have no one there of authority to say, hey, I'll help you.
He says he has a goal and won't stop until it's reached.
See this jail transform from a concentration camp to a real prison.
And again, we want to point out that we tried to speak to the warden who referred us to the company lawyer. He's not available until Monday. We've also reached out to the Louisiana Department of Corrections. As soon as we hear back from either the warden's lawyer or the DOC, we'll pass that information on to you. In the studio, Randy Ayala, NBC 10, your local news leader.